But in your son's case, for example, going back to the example that you shared, when would you advise him to start thinking about selling, or would you?
So he sold. He did sell half his position in that
Hmm.
company. Not because it went up 10 times, but it was already trading. So the benchmark I gave him that if this stock from this price falls by 33%, are you going to be a buyer? Because you won't get that 5p from that
Yeah.
price. But to get back from 100 falling to 66, now the stock needs to go up 50%. And if at that 66 you're not going to buy it, then you
Yeah.
better be thinking of selling it.
Hmm.
Because you often, as an individual, we pay tax. So sometimes
Yeah.
that tax starts, messing
Yeah.
up your brain. I said, don't let tax affect your consideration because the market doesn't know your tax problem. The market doesn't like the price;
So
it's going to
true.
sell it off.
Yeah.
And I think it had gone to, it was a forward 60 multiple at that time. So I think it was a no-brainer to do it. Having said that, I've learned separately, differently from Manik Bhai. Again, a story I've narrated in the past is I used to be the original TMT analyst. So I used to buy telecom and media stocks back in the 90s. And I'd written the business plan for the erstwhile ZTV, which came public in 91, 92. And by 98, it had come back to its IPO listing price. It was 70 rupees, 16 crore equity. So, like, you can't imagine 130, 140 crore
Yeah.
market cap for ZTV. I'm like, this is a no-brainer. I know this business. The world was worried because Sony and I think there were other, not Sony, but other foreign channels were coming. Plus, Rupert Murdoch had just bought Star TV. So they were going
Fox
to
he
enter
had
as well.
launched. Yeah.
The market was selling off. I'm like, nothing doing. The guy who's sitting in India will eventually win because they know how to do cost, they know
Yeah.
what creative and so on and so forth. But long story short, the price was so attractive. I'm like, I can buy this as much as I could buy. I didn't have that much money back in that day. And I bought it, and within 12 to 18 months, it was up 10x. So you think you're the cat's whiskers, right? Young guy, like what, 20, 30 years old, 30, 32 years old, your age. I made a 10 bagger. I'm damn smart. I know this business well. And I start selling. Manik Bhai sitting there and saying, Manish, this market is telling me something else is happening. Don't sell it. So I'm like, I don't care about the market. If I'd believed the market, I wouldn't have bought it. So, cocky young kid, I'm like, I'm selling it. And let's assume I put 10 lakhs and it became a crore. And a crore back in 98 is big money. In 3 months, it went up 20 times.
Oh wow.
800 rupees went to 16,000.
Wow.
Okay, that is the era of Ketan Parekh. It was completely crazy. Eventually, it turned and came back to that 800 or equivalent only, because they split it and made it a 1 rupee share. But imagine if you had just listened to the market and he said, look at what you call higher top, higher bottom formation, let the market tell you. Sell it from a fundamental portfolio to a technical portfolio. After this day, I'm selling based on price. Don't discuss fundamentals.
Right.
When you see the turn, sell it. You will still get a higher average price than what you're selling at fundamental. So he taught me to take signals from the market. Nimish Bhai style is still very fundamental oriented. He will buy when he wants, he will sell when he wants, pure value based. He may hold for 20 years also. He doesn't care if stocks fall 50%. Some of us would say, no, we should put a stop loss amount, blah, blah, blah. So very distinct styles. Again, what works for you, works for you.
Yeah. But do you still have those feelings of 30-50% drawdowns in your portfolio? And
Yeah, it happens.
How do you emotionally regulate
No,
yourself?
if my business is compounding, I don't care. And I buy at underlying valuations, which I know what this business is worth. See, from early days in Enam, we were trained to be business buyers. We don't think as stock guys. I'm buying the whole company. At what price am I buying the whole company? Then whether I bought 1% or 5% of the company determines the stock price.
Yeah.
I get people, my relatives, even today they call me and I can't change their behavior. Like someone will call and I'll say, you should be buying, let's say ICICI Bank or HDFC Bank. And they're like, क्या 2,000 रुपए का शेयर बता रहे हो, 1,000 का शेयर बताओ, 10 रुपए वाला बताओ ना, 10 का 20 हो जाएगा.
Yeah.
That operating on stocks like that is not the way. What is the price you're paying for the company? They are buying that 10 rupees. The most traded share in India is Vodafone Idea because it's 6 rupees.
Yeah.
But people don't know what the debt in the company, they don't know the equity has ballooned beyond imagination. So I feel sad when I see this. I mean, the reason to do shows like this is think like a owner. You're buying the whole company. Would you buy the whole company at this price? If not, what are you doing there? Are you buying on greater fool theory that मैंने खरीद लिया कल सृष्टि ले लेगी 20% ऊपर? That can't be the basis.
Yeah.
Would you buy a company like that? But if you can't buy a company at the price you're buying, and then you really make wealth if you're sitting on 5, 10, 15 years on that company, right? Because that company will compound for you.
Yeah.
That's when serious money is made. Otherwise, every 3 months I buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell, and I pay my short-term capital gains tax. My end result is going to be nowhere. Another mentor of mine has been Durgesh Shah. He has a great line. He says, activity and achievement are not related.
True.
And a second thing I'll say, since you're interviewing me, he's saying, don't mistake articulation for achievement. So the best investors are the silent ones who don't come on your show.
Yeah, they always decline.
Absolutely.
Some of the really great ones, they always
Right.
just politely
Yeah.
decline, saying that we don't want to
Yeah.
be seen
Because
anymore.
we know how many bullets we've taken, how many losses we have, and what all we've gone through to get to where we
Yeah.
are. And what is the role of luck and patience and persistence in this as well.